small towns to big cities and everywhere in between. We're covering the great things that are happening right now in the USA. This is Positively America with Ernie Anastas.
And hi everyone, I'm Ernie Anastas. True joy to welcome you to another edition of our show. Over the past few months, we have been sharing ideas and tips to help you live a more positive life. Change is never easy, but being willing to change is everything. And when it comes to being positive, you have to surround yourself with things and people that create a positive mood. I'm sure many of you right now are saying, my family makes me feel good. You're right. And my first guest is here to talk about the universal bonds of family life. So please welcome to our family, Dr. Donna Marks. And it's a wonderful pleasure to have you on the show, Donna.
Thank you for having me on your show. I'm delighted.
Well, it's a delight to have you with us also. It's a terrific subject. A lot of people are interested because it's very timely. Family traditions and celebrations, they're so important, aren't they? Tell us more about it.
Oh, they're extremely important. You know, the COVID divided us and politics has divided us. And these traditions and values and family rituals are so important in keeping us together and keeping us close with those who love us the most.
Well, sure, from birthdays to anniversaries and weddings and bar mitzvahs, I mean, you name it. There are just so many opportunities for us to get together and not to miss these occasions. Committing to being there and following through is so important for every family to maintain that connection, right?
Yes, no matter what, I'm going to be there. I'm going to be there to show up as a loving member of a family. It is a rite of passage sometimes to go through like a bar mitzvah from childhood to adulthood, Christmas holidays, Passovers, whatever the holidays are, for whatever the culture is, bringing us together and to mark off times and to have memories. You know, things like Ancestry.com are fantastic, but they don't have those rich stories. Remember when, and your grandfather did this, and your parents got married when, and this is what happened. These are things that really anchor us to our roots and are so important.
Yeah, you're so right. And because we're all distracted with life, from social media to texting and so forth, here's an opportunity to really go face-to-face contact, to share these milestone moments and see and hear from the people that we love. Nothing can replace that human-to-human contact, right?
It sure does. It sure does. And social media tends to have more negativity for some families and some members of the family. And when you're coming together with these special points in time with people that you love, you're building long-term wonderful memories and good feelings, warm, fuzzy feelings.
Yeah, we all love that. And you know, it's also very unique to a lot of cultures because here's an opportunity for us to pass along a lot of these traditions within our family, to share the celebrations and really be able to continue that for generations to come.
Yes, things are changing so fast and so much. And when we have those moments with our families that go back for eons, then we know we can always count on that won't change. That gives us stability. That gives us a sense of security.
Well, here's an idea that I would like to get your thoughts on, and it's something that I have personally done. I got about 85 members of my family together. We had just a because party, you know, outside of the normal occasion that would happen during the year. We just invited a reason to come and say, come on, let's celebrate. You suggest people starting something like that? Do you think it works pretty well?
Well, you could present it as, I want to start a tradition that maybe every year one of us could have a special event just because we love each other, because we want to be together, because we want to put aside all of our differences and just come together as a family, because we only have one family. You know, we can always make new friends and get adopted families and things like that, but to put everything aside other than we are here together to celebrate our family, to love each other, to enjoy each other, that could be a tradition that we could start regardless of anything else that's going on.
Donna, you're the expert in this field. I always ask a personal question. We're talking about this great subject right now, family traditions and celebrations. How about you? What do you do within your own family? Have you explored that? Wait, you seem a little intrepid here, Dr. Marks. What do you think?
Well, I have a little bit of a shaky background there. My ancestors came from Europe, and I wasn't raised in a religious setting at all, but one of the things that I do no matter what is celebrate my children's birthdays. I think it's a very important occasion. I don't take them out. I cook their favorite food. I have their favorite people over. And this is something they know is going to happen every year if they want it to. I don't force it, but if they want it. And as a matter of fact, this Saturday night, I'm having a birthday party for my son, and he wants homemade pasta with pappardelle. And I'm not Italian, but you can find the recipes. And it really builds nice, warm memories. And I have the pictures and things like that. It's wonderful.
Absolutely. This is very important to us. And of course, positivity is the theme of our show. So what keeps you happy? You're such a joyful person to talk to. What's your little secret? Share it with us. I love to hear, that big smile on your face and see what you're thinking about.
Well, thank you. I didn't come from a happy background, but I've worked on myself and I've removed all the barriers, and I just feel full of joy all the time. I think it's because I'm very spiritually connected, and my commitment is to love and healing and not negativity and pain.
Well, so honest and truthful, and we thank you very much, Dr. Marks. I so appreciate you being here on our show. You've been a joy. Let's continue to celebrate.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thanks so much. And hi there, Positively America rolls on, and I'm Ernie Anastas. I hope you're enjoying the show. It seems like each day we're pushing past every boundary when it comes to new technology and what we can expect in tomorrow's world, and I am loving it. And that's why I'm very excited about our next segment. We have a lot to cover, and here to talk about Electric Avenue is the global editor-in-chief of Tom's Guide, a consumer publication that reaches over 30 million people a month. My guest has covered technology for more than 20 years, and he's joining us right now. Very nice to have you on board, Mark Spoonauer. How are you, Mark?
Doing great. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Well, the gas prices up and down, they can change, and sometimes they're pretty high. So it's got a lot of people thinking maybe I should be considering an electric car. What's the word on that?
I think you're right. I think the gas prices over the last year or so is definitely causing a lot of people to wonder whether or not it's worth the investment. And there have been studies that show that you could save anywhere from $6,000 to $10,000 over the life of an electric vehicle versus a gas-powered one. So I do think when you add the gas prices on top of that, I think it's definitely worth a look. And the other thing that I think is worth mentioning is that there's less maintenance cost. There's no oil to change, for example.
There's a lot to consider there. I have a friend of mine who recently bought an electric car, and he says it's simple. He said, I hooked it up in my home garage. He said it's very reasonable and it's easy to do. Is it that easy?
I think it depends on how you're charging the vehicle. So if you're at home, if you use like a standard wall charger, it's going to take, probably over 24 hours. But there are dedicated home chargers that are out there that are $400 to $700. And once you get them hooked up, you could be charged up within a few hours. And that's the benefit, is that you don't have to worry about going to the gas station. You're just ready to go. And the range is getting better on electric vehicles as well.
Well, a lot of people worry about that range. I'm worried I'm going to run out of electricity and there aren't enough stations nearby. I mean, that's a concern, and I can understand it. It makes sense, doesn't it?
It does. Actually, one of the most popular articles that we had over the last year was about someone who owned an electric car. And he said, I almost didn't make it to my brother's wedding because I thought I was going to run out of range. And the truth is that if you plan your route correctly, a lot of these electric vehicles are actually smart enough to automatically route you to a charging station as you start to run low. And Tesla is one of those. But like I said, the range is getting better. For like the average electric car, it's over 200 miles, but many of them are approaching 400 miles or more. And that definitely helps with the anxiety.
Yeah, and it's funny, Mark, some of these charging stations are showing up at gas stations, believe it or not. Isn't that amazing?
Yeah, because eventually they may go out of business. Like a company like GM has said that they want to go all electric by 2035. And when you think about it, it's really not that far away. So, and one thing I was mentioning to my family is that I went to the mall recently, and there was charging stations showing up there, some at local restaurants just when you're there to pick up like to-go orders and that sort of thing. So the fact that they're popping up in more places, I think, is a positive sign. The infrastructure definitely needs to improve.
Let me ask you something. People are saying, are they safe? Okay, are these electric cars safe? Am I going to have some kind of a technical problem that I don't understand? Talk about that for a minute.
I think that electric cars in general are more safe than their gas counterparts, because when you think about it, when you get in an accident, a combustion engine is not something that you want to have when you're going head on with another vehicle. So certainly there have been some fears around the battery safety of some of the electric cars out there, but they've gotten better over time. And a lot of these vehicles do much better in crash tests on the electric side than their fuel counterparts.
Okay, which are the most popular electric cars out there? Just quickly run through them for us.
Sure. I mean, on the affordability front, I think the Chevy Bolt is definitely worth looking at because it's only $26,000, which is actually pretty affordable for an electric car. As you go up from there, the Tesla Model 3 is a really nice sort of middle of the road EV, but it's also really great at acceleration, and the high tech features that are inside, like autopilot, are really cool to try. And that's in like the 40,000 range. But the one that we're probably most excited about right now is the Ford F-150 Lightning, because that you're getting like one of the most popular trucks in the world going electric. And we actually are in the process of doing our test drive right now.
Interesting. I assume you don't own one right now, do you?
I don't. I haven't jumped on the bandwagon myself, but as someone who actually just commutes back and forth to the bus station, it actually makes a lot of sense for me because I don't have to go to the gas station that much.
You know what? This is a great conversation. A lot of people are probably saying, I'm all there. I want to get an electric car. I think eventually we might get into it and have fun with our family too. Thank you so much, Mark Spoonauer, for joining us, okay?
All right, thank you.
Drive safely. Drive safely. Okay, much more ahead for you today. Coming up next, we're going to introduce you to a man with a personal and remarkable message about life and an equally inspiring smile. Positively America returns right after the break.
Hi, everyone.
We love Positively America.
Yes.
And welcome back to Positively America. So happy that you're watching our show. America is a great country and has shown its strength and resilience throughout history during difficult times. Now, you're about to meet someone very special who discovered his own strength and purpose following a series of personal setbacks. It's what made him dedicated to helping others to do the same. So happy to welcome Kevin Bailey to our show. Kevin, good to see you here.
Hi, good to see you too, Ernie. How's it going?
It's a wonderful, terrific. How's it going? Everything's going great for us too. Thanks for asking. Kevin, you talk about feeling good mentally and physically and how to get there. You speak from a very personal place on this. Tell us about it.
Yes, I do. I really do speak from my own experience. There was a time in life where my mother passed when about 16 years ago. And so she was real close to her, single parent home. So she did everything for us. She passed away and I became depressed and down and out and didn't feel good about myself because I felt bad about what had happened. And I wasn't keeping myself in the best shape I could, and I could have been eating better and healthier, and I was in the health and wellness field. So, but I realized I was losing clients because I didn't have that vitality and energy that I once had before, because I was thinking about her, missing her. I had a 3-year-old at the time, and who was going to be there to so I could bounce ideas off and talk about marriage and things of that nature. And so I got tired of feeling bad clients. I was losing clients and I was just in a depressed state. I didn't want to go to family functions because I couldn't be with my mother. So I didn't want to be around anybody else, around my mother-in-law, things of that nature. But I got tired of that and drew the line in the sand, and I said, I'm tired of feeling this way. So I need to start changing the way I think about life, about my habits, about things I'm doing. And so what I did was change the way I was thinking. So if you change your thoughts, you can change the way you feel. If you change the way you feel, you can change your actions and the things that you're doing so you can have more life, more vitality, more energy.
Well, Kevin, you managed to find a way out of that, which I commend you on. Let's share what you call the 4 pillars of feeling good. I think it'll be beneficial for all of us. Tell us about them, okay? The 4 of them.
So the 4 pillars of feeling good, and I call them the feel good habit. The first one is your mind, your mindset, your meals, your movement, and then meditation. So just again, changing your mindset, like I talked about in the story, thinking good thoughts. If you think good thoughts and concentrate on them and have a habit of thinking good thoughts, then you're going to feel good. You're going to have good feelings and vibrations. You're going to give out good energy to other people because you're always thinking about positive things that make you feel good. Things that are beautiful, things that are wonderful, things that are good going in your life, not the depressed things, not the things that take away, not the disease thoughts that put you at dis-ease. So things that energize you and motivate you, that's mindset. So your meals, things that you eat, you can eat. How many times have we eaten crappy food or too much sugar and we've been bloated or we felt, you had a sugar high, then we came back down. But if you eat things that are energetic for you, vegetables and things of that nature, healthy fats that helps to energize you, you feel better about, your meals and you feel better in general. Your movement, you gotta move. So anytime you move, you're gonna get blood circulating to your brain. Your brain, if it's functioning correctly, the rest of your body's gonna function correctly as well. And so again, you get that movement going, you feel good, your joints are loose. After a good cardiovascular activity or a good class or a good workout or dancing or whatever you do, you feel good after you do those things. So again, you gotta move. When we don't move, we get sluggish. We get, down and depressed and everything else. Or even our posture goes down. But when we move, we're up and energetic. And then meditation. So you want to be able to take their time and to center yourself and to bring your heart rate down, to focus on inwardly. And sometimes, you're meditating, you're breathing. So you're taking those deep breaths and then you're clearing your mind of all negativity, all the day's activities, things that didn't go well, and you're centering yourself and you're calming yourself down. You're present in the present moment. And then, you feel relaxed, you feel at ease, you feel good.
Such great information, Kevin, and I think it's really going to help a lot of people. I personally meditate, so I can relate to that. It's definitely a great way to relax. Kevin, before I let you go, I'm going to put you on the spot right now. Here's a great question. What is wonderful about America?
Well, first of all, it's the land of opportunity. And you have an opportunity and land of freedom. So you're free to think what you want to think without, anybody trying to, change that. Also, it's a land of opportunity. You have the opportunity to go out and be whoever you decide to be, whoever you want to be, to grasp whatever you want to grasp, whatever goal you want to reach. You have the opportunity to go out and make it happen and to get it. And the only thing that's really going to stop you is you. And if you can control you, then you got that under control. But it is best country in the world. Be who you can be, do what you can do, and be free.
Great answer, my friend. Thank you so much for being here today, Kevin, okay?
Thank you, I appreciate that.
Welcome back to Positively America. I'm Billy Floyd. Today, we're asking America, do you collect anything strange?
Yeah.
Tell me about that collection.
I collect junk mail. I have stacks of it and stacks of it. I don't know what to do with it. I don't know whether I should shred it. It just sits there. I collect DVDs. Nobody uses DVDs anymore. I still have 500 DVDs. I don't know why. It just sits there.
No, not at all.
Nothing at all. How about you?
Nothing at all as well.
How come you don't collect anything? You have no interest in collecting?
No, I like to see all the corners of my home.
I could not agree more. You too?
Yeah, I'm a throwaway person. Yeah.
Yes.
What do you collect, my man?
Toys.
What kind of toys?
Strange toys.
All right, strange toys. Strange toys. How about you, bro?
Yeah.
What do you collect?
I collect rocks and toys.
Yes, I collect different types of soda bottles from all over the United States. Different type of flavors, pictures. I have a nice collection of soda bottles.
Very cool. Different. I like it. How about you, ma'am?
I collect clothes.
What kind of clothes?
Dress clothes, church clothes.
You know how to live. Look at this. Look at the smile. And that's the word around America. We'll see you next time on the program. I'm Billy Floyd.
Thank you, Billy. All right, loving the questions, loving the answers too. Now, this is one of my favorite expressions. And again, it's about attitude. I personally feel that I have a young spirit and a zest for life. I don't feel like I've done everything yet. So much more ahead for us. I think it's important to find new ways to explore this life and ourselves. Now, I read something about centenarians, people who live to 100 years and longer. They have a very interesting common characteristic. For example, 100-year-olds have a curious mind, always looking to learn something new and to try some different things. They also have a good sense of humor. They can laugh easily, even at themselves. Centenarians are very active. They don't sit around very much. They have a lot of good relationships as well, especially someone close to them. Plus, they have a very deep faith and a personal experience that nurtures a hopeful heart. this is a good thing for us. It's all good. There's an interesting Greek philosopher who once wrote this line, "I have a wish to die young, but as late in life as possible." What does that mean? Youthful heart, youthful mind, thinking about all the things that are still ahead for you. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Ernie Anastas here on Positively America, and I hope you stay that way, and I hope you'll join us next time. See ya.